Hey gang, it's Dave here again. Um, Basically, I decided that in order to get these videos to you in a timely fashion, I'm going to need to basically try and do as many of them as I can in one take without any editing. And I'm just going to throw together a bunch of quick videos basically whenever I get a chance. Forgive me if I make any mistakes here. They're not going to be edited out anymore, so you'll get to see sort of a live recording as it's happening. So this video is going to be about the butterfly roll is what I call it. I learned this way of playing it from Sato Salafowski, who's awesome. I put him in like the top 2 or 3 people that I've ever met or seen play. And I've also heard this roll called like a Persian roll or a Riz roll. So let me play it for a minute and then I'll show you how to do it. So it sounds like this. So as you can see, it sounds pretty cool. But my favorite thing about this, and I know we're getting some hand blur in these videos, but the thumb is involved in this roll in a way that I'll show you in a minute. And what's cool about that is that people can't see that your thumb is involved. So basically, this kind of just ends up looking like magic, and people can't figure out how you've done it. So the way this roll is performed is, first of all, you're going to have to loosen your wrist up a little bit. And you're going to line up your thumb and your middle finger, sort of, so that when you hold them like this, if I move my middle finger out of the way, you can see my thumb's right back there. And then you sort of fling them against the drum. You can hear how I'm getting 2 distinct sounds. When you do it faster, you're still getting 2 distinct sounds, but they sound closer together. I'm going to switch to a view from the top to show you a couple of things that you want to avoid. So if you tend to get motion sick, look away for a minute. Let's see. Okay, there we go, folks. You're now looking at a bird's eye view. This is or I guess it's a Dave's eye view. So the proper technique, what we want to have happen is this. Right, so you can see that it's thumb and middle finger. And you want to use just the tip of your thumb, just as far out to the tip as you can get. So, if you can do it like this, so that they're landing like that, that's good. You want to avoid like something like this, because you're going to hit this part of your thumb on the side of the drum, and also it just doesn't sound as clean. So that's the right hand part. Now let me switch you back to a normal view. Okay, so that's the right hand part of it. Now the left hand part is the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, except that obviously it's a little bit weirder because it's on the hand that has the bend in it. So, for your top hand, your non-dominant hand, you're going to have to raise your elbow a lot. And I know, especially for you guys who don't play split finger, this elbow raising way up in the air thing is a little weird. But trust me, you have to do it for this one. So you raise your hand or your elbow a lot, and then you sort of rotate your hand slightly so that your thumb can be back behind your index finger. And you do the same thing that you were doing with the other hand. So to put these together, we have so that was a little sloppy, but you get the idea. The cool thing about these is they come together really, really quickly. And they also teach you to loosen up your wrists, which is really key when you're playing back and forth rolls. And basically it's a way of filling in, instead of playing at this speed, then you can get this. Because you're basically getting a double stroke roll every time you play. So that's what I like about it the best. So maybe for those of you who already knew how to do this roll, I'll show you sort of one of my favorite things to do with it. One is that you can loosen up your fingers and let all your fingers get involved, and it becomes a little bit dirtier. So basically, instead of just these two fingers, you're going to let all your fingers hit the head. And you can sort of roll them like this as you're doing it if you want. And this is what a lot of people think the basic roll is, and they don't understand how come it's so clean. Well, the reason the basic roll is so clean is because it's just these two fingers. So that one kind of sounds like this. Which can be cool. I'm not very good at that one. I'm much better at the clean version. So the other thing you can do with this is put accents in it, play accent rolls. So like the easiest one is if you wanted to play a Malfoof accent, you could just play. Or one of my favorites that you hear people like Isam especially, you'll hear him doing this one a lot. Is basically it's a sort of a, I guess I don't know too much about the Latin music, but I think this would be like a son clave beat. So it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4. So you can put that accent in a rhythm like this. So you know, you can put any kind of accents you want. You could even just put a 1 2 3 4 accent. So hopefully you found this video a little bit enjoyable. And let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything I can show you more clearly. I know my lighting and video situation is not the best, but hey, it's all I can do right now. And while I have you here, don't forget, sign up for Elevation if you can. It's really cheap to fly out to Denver, Colorado right now. That's the 28th, 29th, I'm sorry, it's the 29th, the 30th, the 1st, and the 2nd. Also, I will be in Atlanta on the 18th of April, and I'll be teaching a drum workshop. We're going to focus on the Saidi rhythm. So if you're in the area, hit me up and let me know, and I'll send you a link to the event. Thanks.